Welcome friends to this series of learning virtual private cloud in Google Cloud Platform. So in this lecture, we will create our first VM instance in the custom VPC we created in the last lecture. If you have missed that video, please watch it right now. We are providing the video links in the description. So are you excited to have this experienced? I'm sure you will be delighted to have this learning. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do it now. This will help you to watch the new videos when it will be available. Also, please hit the notification button so that you can get notified too. In the last lesson, we have created a custom VPC named US Asia, and we have created two subnetworks called US Central GA and Delhi Subnet GA. We did not create any firewall rules in the last lecture, so no connection will be allowed to pass through in any VM created in these subnets. So in this lecture, we will create a VM called instance 1 in US Central GA subnet and will open a firewall to allow port SSH for SSH connection from the outside world. And then we will tag the firewall rule to the newly created instance 1. And we will see how we can make a successful SSH connection from the outside world. So let's get started. Okay, friends, so this is our Google Cloud Platform web console. So then last lecture, we created this VPC network, custom VPC network, US Asia, and we created two subnets inside this VPC network. And those subnets are having the IP range of 10.0.2.0/24. And this is on Delhi region. And on Iowa region, we had the IP range of 10.0.1.0/24 in US Central 1 Iowa region, and both are stack type of IPv4. And we had not created any firewalls at all. So there is no firewall rules. Whatever the firewalls rule is there, a default one that will be applied. So in default one, basically nothing will be allowed to come across this VPC network. So nothing can be reachable. So in this lecture, we will create a VM instance in this particular VPC. So we will create a VPC in Central 1 Iowa region, and we can create a micro spot VM instance, okay? And we will go all the way down to networking section, and there you can see by default, the default network is chosen. So what we will do, we will change the network to US Asia network that we have created. Now, if you notice carefully, once we selected this network, automatically the subnet was chosen, US Central GA. But if we change this region to somewhere else, for example, if we change it to Delhi region, so automatically you can see this subnetwork is automatically changed to Delhi subnet GA. So this is the another subnet we created under this VPC network. But if we choose any other region, for example, if we choose the Osaka, so then, as we did not created any subnet within this VPC network in Osaka, it is saying that you must select a subnetwork, but there is nothing coming inside it because we did not create any subnet for US Asia VPC network. So folks, so basically we need to choose one of the regions where the subnet actually exists. So in our case, we are having the subnets for US Central 1. So if you choose the US Central one, you can see the subnetwork is existing. Now, if we are going to create the VM, we are going to create the VM in Central US Central 1 region. Now, let me pause my video, and once the VM is up and running, we will come later and see. So excellent, friends. I mean, this VM instance got created. Now, the interesting part, we can see that the internal IP is assigned as 10.0.1.3. Now, if we go to this VPC network that we have created, and if we go to the subnet section, we can see this US Central region, the VPC should be assigned as 0.1.0/24. So anything 10.0.1 should be fixed, and this particular 0 can be any number between 0 and 255. So if you see 10.0.1 is fixed, and 3 is assigned to this VM. So in that way, we can assure that this US Central 1 region's IP address, internal IP address, is basically controlled or managed by this VPC network subnet. Okay. Now, if we are having this external IP, but what if we can going to connect this particular VM? Do you think that it will be successfully connected if we try to connect to this VM instance? So let's see if we can open this cloud console, and if we try to connect to this VM instance to port number 22, because if we SSH this uh, VM, it should be port number 22, or we can use our favorite cloud shell, gcloud command. So maybe we can try to see what are the VMs that we will have. Gcloud compute instances is, we can definitely see our VM up and running there. What I can do, I can just try to ping this internal IP address from this cloud shell, and we can see this ping is not working. Okay, so this ping is basically trying to use a ICMP protocol, and it is not trying to get through because this is not reachable from this cloud shell. And the same way, if we go ahead and check to connect to this VM instance through SSH, we should not able to connect these VM instance as well. So zone is US Central 1C, and if you try to connect this instance to gcloud command, it will try to establish the SSH key, but finally it will not able to make a successful connection to the VM instance because we do not have opened any port. Default firewall rule exists, and that is basically denying all the ports in this VM. So what we will do, we will open the ports one by one from the firewall rule. We will override the default denying firewall rule through this priority. We will put some higher priority where we are going to allow the SSH connection, and we will see whether that works or not. So if we go ahead and try to check this firewall rules, and maybe we can one new firewall rule in this particular VPC network, maybe we can give some name like allow SSH, and we can copy this one, and we are not interested to keep the logs. So the ingress, we are going to open the ingress, and we're going to have this allow, and target tags, we say allow SSH, and we are going to say that from any VM or any IP address in the world, it is going to be opened. So what it will go, it will allow this SSH connection, and SSH is basically, you can say, TCP protocol port number 22. So, and if we create this firewall rule on this VPC, so we will see that whether this VPC firewall rule having priority 1000 can override the default one or not. So if we go ahead and try to connect to the same VM instance and see whether it can connect or not. So we can see eventually our connection got timed out, and it is saying still it is not able to reach the port number 22. So exactly what we did, we actually opened the uh, SSH port on this VPC network, but we did not tag this particular instance. We not ask the VM instance to open the port for 22. So what we will going to do, we will open this VM instance, and we are going to edit this VM instance, and we will add the network tag over here. So here we are going to say allow SSH, which is the tag that we have created for this firewall rule. We are just tagging this VM instance with this firewall to allow the SSH. So if we create save, then particular SSH, allow SSH network tag will be associated with this VM instance. And then we are going to try to connect to this VM instance again. And we'll see whether we can able to connect right now. Okay, so just have it clear, and we are going to connect to the same VM instance once again through this here. So right now we can see that this VM instance is successfully connected. So that means that SSH port number 22 is open for this particular VM from this custom network. Thank you, friends, for watching this video. We from the Learning Light team congratulate you on completing this video. So in this lecture, we have created a virtual machine in the US Central GA subnetwork, and we opened a firewall rule 22 SSH connection from the outside world. In the upcoming lecture, we will see how we can create a secure private network where we are not allowing any connection from the outside world, but we will allow the connection from internal VPC. Wish you all the best and good luck. Before leaving this lecture, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. We worked a lot to present you such a thing. So please encourage us by putting your comments in the comment section. If you have any doubt, please leave your concerns and we will reply with our best efforts. Have a nice day and see you in the next lecture. Thank you.